and pedagogical teaching of outcome-based the way we are. And so we are telling Magoa, when you talk of the train has left the station, the train of education is piloted by a teacher. If a train is moving without a pilot, rather national chairman, even if the bridge is not good, is good enough, it will still crash. The train of education cannot move without the teacher, and we are not sabotaging. Bring any curriculum. We are open, Mheshimiwa, for review of education. In fact, we could have reviewed this one and invested in employment of more teachers.
The train cannot have left the station as it's piloted by the teachers. That is NAT's message to the Education CS, George Magoha. Now, the chairman of the Parliamentary Budget Committee, Kimani Ichung'wah, has defended the government's borrowing, saying it was necessary. The Kikuyu Member of Parliament argues that the revenue collected across the country is not sufficient to fund government-initiated development projects. Listen in to the chairman of the Parliamentary Budget Committee.
Wananchi wana matarajio makubwa kutoka kwa serikali. Yale matarajio hayaambatani na zile fedha ambazo tunaweza kukusanya kwa njia ya ushuru. Kwa hivyo ni lazima inabidi serikali ikope, na hakuna ubaya wowote kukopa pesa. Shida ni kukopa pesa na zikose kufikia yale matarajio ambayo zilitarajiwa kufanya. Lakini kukopa hakuna makosa yote.
Shock and grief struck Green Estate in Molotown after a middle-aged woman was found murdered and her body dumped in a kitchen garden. Residents say it could have been a case of love gone sour.
Curious residents of Molotown mailed round the home where the body of 32-year-old Veronica Washuka was discovered last evening. She was allegedly murdered by her lover, who has since fled. It is believed that the suspect killed his lover in his parents' house before dragging the body to the kitchen garden, which is 20 meters away from the main house. David Kinywa, a neighbor, said that he believed that the parents of the suspects were not in when the incident took place.
Nimefanya bidii, nimefika mahali hapa, na kufika mahali hapa nimekuta kweli msichana ameuawa na ametupwa kwa shamba hili.
Vijana mkisikia mmetoka na wasichana wetu, mnatuachia watoto wetu tuendelee kulea. Kwa sababu tumeshindwa sasa tutalelea watoto wapi? Kwa sababu tukilea wasichana, mimi ni mama ya wasichana, na kweli kabisa ninashindwa watakulia wapi? Kwa sababu kila siku, kila uchayo tunakuta msichana ameuawa, na ukifuata hiyo maneno sana inatokana na mambo ya mapenzi.
The body of the deceased was moved to the Molo Sub-County Hospital mortuary pending a post-mortem exam. Anita Nkonge, NTV.
Parents have been challenged to put in more effort in raising their children to teach the children the rights they deserve to stem the increase in gruesome murders committed in society. Baringo Governor Stanley Kiptis says the increase in such cases is an indication that parents have abdicated their responsibilities towards their children. The governor says today's parents have become too busy and are forgetting their parenting roles, subjecting children to emotional stress they cannot cope with. He spoke during an agricultural expo in the county.
Naombea watoto wenu. Hii mambo ya kuua wasichana, hii mambo ya violence imekuwa too much. Wewe naua mrembo ya mtu, kwani wewe ulizaa? Kama umeshindwa kukaamani, siwaambie mwingine akukamanji wewe ama nani? Kuliko kuua, si ndio? Hii imeharibika hii. Wewe naona mwingine naua msichana mtu ati yako college, naua mwingine akiwa university. Waje na kina mama. Tukaribieni watoto wetu. Tukaribieni watoto wetu, wako na stress nyingi. Na naona mapasta wako hapa, na nashukuru leo tuko mwezi wa Ramadan, mwezi mtukufu. Tuombeeni watoto wetu, tuombeeni jamii, maana jamii ndio maisha.
Now on to a bit of politics. Kapenguria Member of Parliament Samuel Moroto has faulted police for arresting and intentionally detaining politicians suspected to be involved in the Matungu killings. Speaking at Talau Secondary School during a Thanksgiving ceremony, the legislator claimed that the move is politically instigated as the real culprits enjoyed freedom under police watch. Here is the Member of Parliament.
Hii ni kuangaisha hawa watu. Viongozi kuangaisha tu walale ndani, Monday wapelekwe, alafu waangaishie mambo ya kupewa bond. Na mwisho wale wamepoteza maisha yao, nani atawajali? Na walikuwa wanaongojea watu ngapi wakufe ndio sasa minister akipia pale. Sasa hizi tuko na shida hii baina ya Pokot na Marakwet. Hakuna hata mtu amekanyaga huko.
2 minors have been the subject of vicious court battles and in a scramble for custody. But now the state has taken them from the guardians and adoptive parents and reintegrated them. So how did the minors end up in the alternative family care, and why has the state taken them back? Our investigative reporter Edmond Nyabola embarks on a journey to unveil the mystery behind this circus. Here's a sneak preview of his feature, Court to Court, that airs tonight.
A rescue operation by the DCI Child Protection Unit.
You've taken him? Are you kidding me? You've just taken you have literally killed
This is a sick baby. You know, we are the only parents he's ever known.
Walikuwa pale ndani kwa karatasi ya polythene paper.
The guardianship process to start without involving Moga. That's one of the irregularities.
We have been denied access into New Life Home Trust.
There were 2 men holding guns. So you can imagine my shock.
You knew that the mother wanted her child back.
I certainly cannot wait to view that feature, and I hope you'll be joining me at 7 and at 9 p.m. Kenya Coast Guard Services intercepted 2 vessels at Ungama Bay in Malindi, said to have come from China. The vessels had a crew of 13 Chinese nationals and 7 Indian nationals. Officials say the members have a challenge communicating in English. According to the officers in Ungama Bay in Malindi, the 20 also did not have any identification documents.
The vessels are flying a Chinese flag, and the last port of call has been confirmed to be Iran, but we are confirming during the boarding. And the first port of call since they left, their last port is Kilindini, but they went to Malindi instead. Now, additional reports indicate that Immigration Customs in Malindi told the ships to sail to Kilindini so that they can be cleared, because they are presently being treated as first imports, which can only be cleared in Kilindini, not Mombasa.
Jaffrey Islamic Center, in collaboration with SUPKEM and CIPK officials, have urged Muslims to declare unity of purpose for the betterment of the community. They were speaking at the First Coast Grand Ramadan Iftar in Mombasa, where they brought together Muslims from different areas. The aim of the event was to inculcate unity among Muslims and solidify diversity in order to embrace unity and ignore and protect against negative elements that lead to disunity.
This is the message from the Prophet ﷺ to the Islamic Ummah, Muslim community, not only in Kenya, all over the world. With unity, we can be very organized, and without it, we'll always fail.
Kwa nini nataka sisi kuwe pamoja? Kwa kitu moja muhimu sana. Saa ile sisi kuwa pamoja ndani ya Mombasa, kama profesa anasema, mimi nataka letea kwake zaidi kidogo. Saa ile sisi kuwa pamoja, Sikina Mosque ni Sikina ni ya Islamu yetu ya Muslim Association, ndani yake chango na kuwa ya kabila yote. Hapana watu moja, it was done by everybody.
A 5.5 billion shillings water project in Eldama Ravine, Baringo County, is facing threats of sabotage as residents complain that the project isn't benefiting them directly. The project, Chemususu Dam, is set to benefit over 600,000 residents through the provision of piped water for domestic use, fishing, irrigation and energy production. However, the residents say the water is being piped to Nakuru County and bypassing them. Eldama Ravine town still faces acute water shortages, yet it is only 15 kilometers from the 45-meter high dam with a capacity of 12 million cubic meters. Communities living upstream of the dam say they have not benefited despite a memorandum of understanding to construct 4 water supply systems at a cost of 36 million.
Kama tupate maji hata itaipita. Haitaenda. Si tuko na power so tutakata hiyo pereji. Haitaenda.
Hii pipeline yenye inafanywa, kama wenye wanahusika wako na ndoto ya kuwa watapeleka maji mpaka Nakuru ama Rongai na sisi hatuja kunywa wenyewe, hiyo itakuwa ni ndoto kubwa sana, na tunaona hiyo tutafanya kitu yenye watafurahia. Kwa hivyo it is not a threat. Wewe simama imara, eleza sisi wananchi wa Ravine, tunasema maji watu wapate kwa Ravine, ile inawatosha. Kama wanataka kujenga swimming pool wajenge swimming pool, kisha pia kwa sababu tunapenda wenzetu tukubali maji yafike pale Rongai na Nakuru.
Matatizo ambayo mama anazungumzia ama watu wa sehemu hii wanazungumzia sio matatizo ya sehemu moja. Tatizo kubwa sana ambayo sisi tuko nayo ni kwamba rasilimali ambayo sisi tuko nayo kama watu ya Rift Valley, kama hii damu ya Chemasusu, badala ya watu wa sehemu hii kunywa hiyo maji imeenda kwingine kufaidi watu wengine. Watu wa sehemu hii wanahangaika.
More than 800 Maasai morans from Magadi, Kajiado County have undergone a unique transition from being morans to elders in accordance with their culture and beliefs. The morans, aged between 29 and 40 years of Ilmemiri age set, received traditional blessings and are now considered respectable men of the society who can independently make family decisions and solve community disputes. For the last 6 months, the morans have been living in 105 traditional huts built where they underwent rigorous traditional rituals and received advice from the elders. 36 cows and 250 goats were slaughtered in the ceremony. The graduates then received blessings from the elderly who fed them the roast meat. The morans vowed to fight female genital mutilation, early marriages and embrace education.
Every member here will be able to solve any dispute at a higher level as a parent, not as a kid. Any responsibility of a family, you'll be now being charged of your family without consulting your dad or your mom. They are saying that from today you are capable of handling such situation.
Ongesher ni boma ambayo unatoka kwa moranism kwenda uzee kwa elder. Kupewa ruhusa ya kubariki watoto, kupewa ruhusa ya kutawala ng'ombe, kupewa ruhusa ya kutawala boma, kupewa ruhusa hata kukaa kwa kiti kama hilo. Uweze kaa kwa hilo kiti kwa mila yetu kama hujapewa ruhusa na wazee. Lazima upewe ruhusa, na leo ndio tunaanza kupewa ruhusa.
Nakuru's Bondeni area boasts a vibrant Muslim community where most of the inhabitants unfortunately live in poverty. But during the holy month of Ramadan, for some of those living in Bondeni, keeping up with the requirements of the month-long fast can be daunting. NTV's Bridget Ngana spent some time in Bondeni and filed this report.
Hadija Ndoko has spent all her life here in Bondeni. She shares this one-roomed house with her 7 grandchildren, whom she also takes care of. Getting by day is difficult, and during the holy month of Ramadan, it could be worse.
Ramadhani na baraka yake. Mungu lazima kuletee riziki, tunapata riziki kama hiyo ukosi. Lakini kuna uzito, kitu kama maradhi sema ndio shida kwa nyumba. Sengine unaamka pesa kulipa nyumba, vitu kama hizo, mambo na school fees hizo hivyo mahitaji.
In this neighborhood, poverty and crime are rife, and to survive, they had to get menial jobs as the only means to put food on the table.
Nafua nguo na kibarua ya nyumba, ukiniita ndakufanyia kibarua ya nyumba, napata riziki hapo. Napata 200, 300 hivyo, nashukuru.
It is so difficult, but the grandmother would rather stay hungry and make something and feed her grandchildren and children. This is the lifestyle of these people, and they are so used to it. They are so content with the little they have. It's an eye-opening experience.
In Islam, during the holy month of Ramadan, faithful are encouraged to observe the fast while extending kindness to those in need.
Mtume sallallahu alaihi wa sallam kwa madhumuni ya hadithi anatuambia kwamba tuwakumbuke masakini, tuwakumbuke maskini, tuwakumbuke mafukara, tuwakumbuke wale ambao kwamba hawana. Kwa hivyo mimi ninapokuwa nimejaliwa na Mwenyezi Mungu kwamba ninayo, nikamwona mwenzangu hana, at least nikampa naye pia kafurahi kwamba anapokula, anapofuturu na watoto wake, anapopea jamii yake, furaha ile ni baraka kwa Mwenyezi Mungu Subhanahu wa Ta'ala.
And for the people living in Bondeni, Ramadan is a time of irony.
Bondeni, as you know, is among the low-income settlement in Nakuru County. As you know, people are fasting and our food is important. Some are having problems. So when we have such kind of assistance coming, we appreciate a lot. And this is going to go a long way in supporting families in Bondeni.
The month-long observance of Ramadan culminates in Eid al-Fitr to signify the end of the holy month. Here in Bondeni in Nakuru County is where you'll find one of the hugest Muslim populations within Nakuru's central business district. The people here live in abject poverty, and especially for the Muslims during this month of Ramadan, sometimes breaking their fast is a very huge challenge. Bridget, Ghana, NTV, Nakuru County.
Kerio Valley, which over the decades has been infamously known for deadly tribal rivalry caused by cattle rustling, is now turning to mango farming, with residents reaping from the venture. Communities that largely depended on livestock keeping are now taking advantage of an ultra-modern mango factory set up by the Kerio Valley Development Authority to earn some income from mango farming.
Mango farmers in Elgeyo Marakwet have a reason to celebrate after Kerio Valley Development Authority KVDA completed the construction of a 60 million shillings processing plant in Tot, Marakwet East sub-county. The new factory is a reprieve for mango farmers in the region who have been incurring heavy losses occasioned by marketing challenges and aggravated by a poor road network linking Endo, Sambirir, Aror and soy-producing zones to market centers. The mango farmers have been mostly selling their produce at throwaway prices due to lack of infrastructure such as storage facilities and a ready market. Desperate farmers have previously been selling to middlemen a sack of mangoes from as little as 100 shillings instead of 1,000 shillings.
Na hata tutafunguza hii mambo ya uuzi ya mafuko kutoka jirani yetu ya ng'ambo ile, na hata nyanya tukilima nyanya, na kama mashini itafanya kazi hiyo, tena hiyo itakuwa faida yetu.
Wakulima wapate kazi ya kuwarahisha, wapate pesa ya kuelimisha watoto wao. Hiyo ndio faida kubwa kwetu.
The factory that cost 6 million shillings to set up is being considered a game changer for the largely unexploited horticulture sector in the region.
It can produce both juice and also concentrate at the same time. It can do 1 ton per hour. That means in a day we can do 24 tons. Since it's off-season in terms of mangoes, we've had to mobilize locals to bring what's available to ensure that the plant is working well. And I'm very excited and happy that the engineers from UK, from Alba Blanc, have done a good job.
The factory, which is expected to create employment for over 100 locals, will be operational in mid-June. Seth Olale, NTV.
5 foreigners, including the pilot, died on Saturday when their private plane crashed into the sea shortly after taking off from Roatan Island, a tourist destination on the Atlantic coast of Honduras. Officials gave conflicting accounts of the victims' nationalities. Armed Forces spokesman Jose Domingo Meza said 4 of the victims were from the United States and the 5th victim's nationality is yet to be determined. Local authorities did not immediately offer a cause for the accident. The Piper PA-32-260 plane was headed to the tourist port city of Trujillo, about 80 kilometers from Roatan, an island frequented by tourists from the United States, Canada and Europe. Time now for sports with Aida Waringa.
The Shindana Stars promotion.
a grand prize of Kenya shillings 1 million to be won, and a lifetime trip to support Harambee Stars in Egypt with a friend. To participate, SMS the word STARS to 29881. Then deposit 50 bob and above to the paybill 881 account number FKF and start playing. There are daily.
Defending champions Gor Mahia's parade when the two face off in the 91st edition of the Mashemeji Derby this afternoon. The game that will be at the Moi International Sports Complex Kasarani at 4:15 p.m. will see Ingwe look to delay Kogalo's march to an unprecedented 18th league title and a third one on the trot. Hassan Okte's charges hope to replicate a similar scenario to last year's when Gor beat AFC 2-0 to lift the 2018 silverware. In the days at the games, Mathare United will be away to Western Stima, Vihiga United and Tusker FC will do battle at Mumias, Bandari will host Zoo, and Chemelil Sugar and Ulinzi Stars will face off. Now, still on matters football, Nation Media Group's football team yesterday scored 3 first-half goals to sink a Laikipia County government 3-1 in a friendly match at the Nanyuki Stadium. A double by Jeff Lidavu in the 12th and 24th minutes and a 27th minute strike by NTV cameraman Eric Isinta ensured the big win for Nation FC. The hosts scored their only goal through Joseph Kithinji in the match watched by Nation Media Group CEO Stephen Gitagama, Laikipia Governor Ndirito Muredi, NMG Head of Corporate and Regulatory Affairs Clifford Machoka, and Laikipia County Government officials. The match was part of a Nation FC's countrywide tour, with the company using the match as part of interaction with NMG clients. Nation FC will tour Mombasa and Malindi for more friendly matches in July before visiting Uasin Gishu and Elgeyo Marakwet counties in September.
Facilitate. Eldoret, the same thing, will facilitate. So, guys, it is for your own benefit and also for the benefit of this company that you are physically fit.
We want a rematch. We want a rematch. But asiyekumbali kushindwa si mshindani. And well done, Nation team.
Contributing to the same cause, making our company be received better on the ground. And the feedback has been good so far.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well done.
Great initiative there. And let's move on, where the national women's volleyball team Malkia Strikers took part in a training session in Kampala, Uganda, ahead of the African Zone 5 Championships. Kenya's first game will be against Rwanda at 4 p.m. this afternoon before taking on Ethiopia on Monday, that is tomorrow, at 6 p.m. The championships double up as the All-African Games qualifiers and will run through to May 24th at the Lugogo Indo Arena in Uganda. Several teams pulled out due to Ramadan, so the tournament will feature 4 teams. The arrival of Italian coach, Shailene Ramdu, has boosted the Malkia Strikers camp, despite the team not receiving money from the government on time, as the ladies prepare for an important part of the season that will culminate in the qualification process for the 2020 Olympic Games in Japan. Crossing borders now, in Bayern Munich won a record-extending 7th consecutive Bundesliga title after crushing Eintracht Frankfurt. tonight. I'm Ida Warenga. Enjoy your afternoon. It's back to you, Olive.
Thank you, Ida, and congratulations to Eric Isinta and team for making us proud in Laikipia. Now, do not forget at 7 and at 9 p.m. we have a special feature for you done by our investigative reporter, Edmond Nyabula, who's also an anchor. So don't forget 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your viewing.